warm welcome to our show Efauji Talks, an IESECCI initiative which promises to get inspiring stories and brilliant speakers on board each episode. I am Shavinder, the brand head of this show, and we are currently showcasing the talent and womanhood of our Choose to Challenge series. And who better than Ms Usha Iyer? Well, she is a principal and director of the Bangalore School and the Green School Bangalore, which are actually promoted by her, and she is the director come principal of the school. A very warm welcome to the show, Ms. Iyer.
Thank you, and a very warm new normal namaste to both of you.
Yes.
It's Abhishek and Shavinder.
Thank you so much. Before I start the conversation with you, I want my viewers to know more about our speaker today. Well, she trains teachers and places them in K-12 schools. She also has a firm called K-12 Consultancy too. Well, she has done her MA, MEd, IELTS trained in in Dubai, and she is an educational consultant as well as she loves to set up CBSE, ICSE, IGCSE schools. She also has helped several schools in Bangalore and Hyderabad. She has done the recruitment for top-notch positions for several schools and also helped convene national conferences and have mentored magazines. She is undoubtedly a passionate educator and for last 38 years, and no doubts, she loves kids. So, Ms. Iyer, there's so much is to learn from you. I just have to, why this episode is so special, because I'm also an educationist, being an academic head of CBSE schools for past almost 15 years. So
Wow.
I feel that connect with you already, before we start the conversation. You have seen life and you have seen human, dealing with human resources. So first and very foremost question that comes to my mind is, what are the various struggles one has to undergo to achieve his or her goals?
Yeah, a very good evening to everybody who's listening to us, as well as giving me this opportunity to come on this platform. It's absolutely my pleasure and honor to be part of this E40 Talks, first of all. So thank you, Shavinder. Yes, it's a very good question which you have asked, because there are a lot of women who want to know this, and especially the one who want to become an entrepreneur, the one who are just trying to, the budding people who just want to get into this profession, whatever profession it is. There is a lot of struggle, of course. The thing is that, like, you should have a kind of a dream in your mind, a vision to do something, and a dream which doesn't let you sleep. That's what I say. Because if you have the goal in front of you, and you know it's going to take a couple of years to achieve that, you need to plan it step by step. That's very important. So when I was just doing my work, like I was working for someone, then I met the chairman of the ICSE board, and he was saying, those days he told me, only fools work for others. There are plenty of people who actually work, and we've been always working, and we always feel comfortable taking a salary at the end of the day. Never in my dreams, I thought I'm going to become an entrepreneur. Then this kind of thing, the entrepreneur bug, it actually hit my mind, and it was not going. Every time I was saying I have to start something of my own, but I didn't know exactly where to start from. It was like that. Then I shared my dreams with my husband, and I said, this is what I want to do. I want to set up my own school, but I was never looking at anything small. I was thinking of setting a big K-12 school. So he said, do you have an idea how much of money which you're going to spend? You don't even have an idea about it, and you want to start something big. He was the one who motivated me, and he told me that, anything you start, it starts with small, Usha. It doesn't start with big. And I think that I always have worked with bigger institutions, so never could think of running just a preschool kind of a thing. But I started it because I just wanted to start something. So way back in 2012, I just took a loan and started this preschool and this early childhood center. And that was my passion. And when I started it, of course, my entire 200%, that interest was there, the passion was there to do it up. And we've scaled it up now, and we are doing a bigger campus now. So I think I must really grateful to, of course, the Almighty, and of course, happy, like my husband could guide me and saying, everything starts with small. So this is what I can say to people there, that you can dream big, But everything starts with a very small thing. Yeah.
Beautiful, Ms. Iyer. As I've already told in the beginning, I already feel that connect. This is a very important thing. A dream which makes you sleep doesn't, if you're not living with your dream, you're definitely not going to achieve that. And the goals has to be set in a manner that they are achievable. And very nicely put up that you should start from small. Never think of, the obviously the big things will lead, and no procrastinations. You already thought I will do it, and you started with it. Kudos to your passion, and also the thought that you thought, let me do it, let me do it.
Yes.
So that's why you're a part of our show today. Choose to challenge, a very important fact that that is why we are hosting and sharing inspiring stories. So my next question is, I'm sure you must be facing a lot of hurdles and challenges. So what are
Absolutely.
the various challenges, you as a woman or anybody have to face in life?
Yes, as a woman, I must say that because it's a very, very patriarchal society, and people always think that it's a man who runs the show, kind of a stuff. So it's such a society where we are living in India. It's very important to women to juggle with the family as well as the work front. So I remember the way back when I started my career, my husband probably he also grew in the patriarchal society. So he said, "Will you take up a job which will actually you go after I leave, I go to office and come back before I come back from the office, so that he always felt she should be able to manage both." He was a very nice way he put it up, of course. So I'm then after that he understood my way of working when I became an entrepreneur, and he knew that there's no time. She can go anytime, she can come anytime. Very erratic and a great support system it was, one for my entire family. And my how my children grew, I didn't even know about it. But yes, there are challenges which women out there should know, that it's the family. I always tell them there is something called king's time and the queen's time. The king's time is always family. Family is the priority because that's how we have grown up in the society. And queen's time is our workplace. But then we have to balance both. So that is the biggest challenge. That's the first challenge which I can say is balancing both work front and the children as well. When the children come into picture, there's another challenge which comes into picture because you need to give time to your kids. And I had 3 kids, so it's not one kid. So so it becomes very challenging if you're a partner in your life, and otherwise a family, the extended family doesn't support. I'm so thankful that I had an extended family, my sisters, and my mom was also here, dad, everybody, my in-laws, they're very supportive. So it's important to take the family along with you. So if you don't have the family to support you, and if you think that you're still doing it alone, it is a kind of a juggle. I know that. But you need to learn to juggle, and you need to convince other person that, my work is also as important as your work is. And then why can't we, contribute and, rad the kids together. So it's all depends upon how you, manage that front. That's first thing I can say. Second thing is, of course, when you start anything on your own, it's the financial issues. And every time, like as I told you about the society, it's always a man who runs the house. So it's always like, they have the joint accounts, or they have the man is running the house. So it's always like that in every house. So they always scared. They say that we are always in the, a little bit lower than the men. They are portrayed like that. So, but I think that now the scenario is changing. There is gender equality, I can say. Gender equity, we actually go shoulder to shoulder with men. We are actually striving and doing better. And men also have accepted that women are also very good, and they can do better, and they can also do just like us. So if that could be convinced, and then the financial aspect comes in picture, where when you're putting some money up front, it's always important to take your partner along with you and explain and budget it out and say, this is what I'm looking at. But I always told my husband, you're pumping in money, I'll return the money back to you. We always had this my money, your money kind of a stuff. But you know what? That's very important. That issue should not come in such a fashion where you're getting into arguments, where you're getting into problems later. So you need to budget it, you need to plan it ahead. And then my husband only helped me to go to the bank and get me the loans and stuff like this. So that was also again a big challenge. First of all, if you want to do something on your own, you need to actually know, okay, this is the play which I want to do. Then know you are making a 5-year plan, but you don't know whether the plan is going to fall in place, whether everything is going to fall according to whatever you plan. So all that you don't know. So it's such an uncertainty. In such an uncertainty, and my husband asked me the same question when I started the school and I had just the 3 kids. So he said, "You have invested so much money. So what's going to happen next? I mean, you don't have so many kids." I said, "Don't worry." I said, when I plunged into it, if it's today 3 kids, tomorrow it'll be 200 kids. So that's not it happened, but it's a span of years. It's a lot of patience which is required in us. And that's what is lacking many of us when we take up anything, whether it's business or whether it's work front. We want quick results. It doesn't happen that way. It's over the period. You have to have patience. You need to work very hard. You have to give your 200% in whatever you're doing. And then, the results automatically shows. So this is the biggest challenge which a woman has of, juggling with the family and the finances. And the third is the foremost is our extended family. It can be in-laws. It can be our own parents. So we need to, being a woman, like we all say, we are moms, we are daughter-in-laws, we are daughter, we are everything, right? We are all rolled up into one. So we need to take care of all that front as well when it comes along with the work. So if you're able to give time to everybody, which is very difficult, but you need to allocate and say, okay, they also need time and prioritize whichever things comes first. If you do that, I think that challenge could also be sorted out. But the biggest thing is that support system, which is required. You can find support system either in a friend, or it can be your husband, or it can be extended family, anybody, but you need the support system, because doing alone is like actually being a failure, because sometimes you don't even know some suggestion you require, some things you require, you don't know whether you're right or wrong. So you need to have your checks and balances. And of course, as it goes, you keep, overcoming the obstacles. It's like that. So you never know what's in store for you next. So it's like that. So
beautiful, beautiful. I really like the way you have explained from the beginning. So two things I understand, two important things. One, behind every successful woman, there is an understanding husband. That is what is very important. Yeah. And
yes,
secondly, got to, as a woman, if you take a challenge, be a go-getter, irrespective of the, hurdles,
absolutely,
then you have to take care of it, because it's a personal choice to work. And another
absolutely.
important thing, what you told, is that keep your family first, and maintain that kind of balance. Why not? Because, under what, at what cost are we doing it? We have to remember that. So that's a very beautiful answer, Ms. Iyer. I'm sure this, episode is going to be a lot of value addition to our show today. So while we were talking about gender equality, is not there in our society. Why it is not there in our society?
We are living in a society where we are looking at, we have grown up like that. Rather, when my dad and a mom and all, like my mom used to serve my dad, and and my dad expected that my mom to serve at the table. And and when you have a dining table, you always seen a man sitting at the end of the table, and he's like, the head of the family kind of a thing. So that's how we have created it. Uh, but probably, over the period, I have noticed it, that gender equality is started because it started at the school level, wherein we are inducting, we are telling the children that moms need not be the cooks in the kitchen, and dad need not be the breadwinner. It can also be the moms who can also be a breadwinner. Moms can also go out to work. So that kind of a thing. And even the textbooks at the level of the ICC board, wherein we have actually, I've also been a part as an inspector at the board level. So we have found out there are many textbooks which says this: where is a mom? Mom is in the kitchen. And where is dad? Dad is at office. So we need to change that from there, the textbooks and the way we teach in the classrooms. And that's how we have to make our children grow. And even in the PTA meetings, we tell the parents, I said, moms are at work, doesn't matter. Dads can also come for the PTA meetings. So I think that whole thing is changing now because of younger generation coming into picture. And then the children also say, my dad cooked food today. So that thing has changed. But I think it will take another couple of years, because I've seen 2030 education goals. It talks about gender equity as the first things and gender equality. So I think even the pay factor matters, how the women are paid and how the men are paid in the offices. So all these things will change because women are fighting for it. And I think the kind of empowerment which the women have it now, and the kind of the liberalism, I can say, that women are looking at it. So they say, no, we need to get the same pay. I just noticed the other day in the newspaper that one of the actresses, she's saying, why should I get less paid just because I'm an actress and you are an actor? So she was fighting for it, and ultimately she got the same pay as the actor was getting. So I think that needs to change. From that level to this level needs to change.
True, indeed, very true. I mean, I feel that it should be just male, female. That's it. Both are working at the same. Where, just tell
Absolutely.
me where you don't see women now. Where? I mean, on the sky,
Very,
deep
very
sea. I'm from a
absolutely.
Fauji background. I'm a naval kid and a army wife. And today, being a Navy J, I feel where is not a woman. She's there everywhere. So why not? So हमें अपना right भी equal ही मिलना चाहिए. When we are equally shouldering all the responsibility, be it work or be at a personal front. So obviously the next question is, how does a woman balance her work and home? What is that work like? At times, as a woman, we do get perturbed now. How do I manage this? How do I manage? So, what are the tips that you would like to give to our lady listeners?
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my question was that the next obvious question is that how does a woman balance her work and home? I would like to hear some tips from you on that.
Yes. Yeah, it is quite tough because the kind of time factor which is there. But I was very particular about when children of mine were very small. I'm talking about that time. Now they are 21 years and 26 years. So when they were very small, they were tiny. So I've been working right from day one. Even probably I must have just taken a maternity leave and was back to work. So I had helps at home. My in-laws never were there with me. My mother, father were not staying with me. I manage the home entirely on my own with my helps. So I think that you need to really plan out your day. And I used to do my yoga. I used to, get up very early in the morning. And although I had helps to make food and stuff like this in the house, but I used to pack the dabbas myself for the children. So I used to do all that stuff, send them in the bus. Then I used to go for my job. Then my husband's things also what he needs for his office. That is a trend in our families. I'm 56 years old. I mean, 57 years old now. Yes. And that is a tradition in every family like this. Like we need to help our husbands, place the things what they need for the office and for taking a shower and stuff like this. I used to do everything and then go and take a shower, get ready, go to school. It was like that. Then my job was probably very long hours in the evening. So my maid, I used to instruct her what are the things to be kept ready for the next day, because it's a kind of juggle. The next day it becomes like quite tension, otherwise. So all these things was already like planned in the house. The meals, what the children have taken, dabbas, the meals of dinner, meals and nutrition value of the meal. The rest we also plan, because as a woman you need to see what sabzi comes, what vegetable you have to buy and stuff like this. It's not that just the cook is cooking and you're not taking care of the grocery and stuff like this. So all that thing in the house to take care of, and then taking care of their needs of the children, day-to-day needs of the kids, and then their project work, their studies and all that stuff to do that as well. So you need to really have a timetable in your mind, and you say that, okay, my work is this much time is consuming. So when I come back, I need to give these many hours for my kids. And of course, apart from that, you still take work back home. You need to still work there, and apart from that, I was also doing a lot of other things. I was doing courses, I was doing all that I used to put at the back burner. Rather, I say, okay, when I have the time, I'll do it. But then I found time for that also. And then I said, okay, from 10:30 to probably 11:30, I can concentrate on that for an hour and then sleep. Probably our sleep becomes little shorter, because you need to really plan and again get up in the morning early. Probably we were younger those days, so could do all these things. And this really worked well for 27 years. It worked well. So I think that it all depends on our mind. And some people say, no, ये कैसे होगा? 3 बच्चे हैं, can't go to work, can't do this. It's all the mindset. You need to plan it. So this is how you need to plan your family thing, family time. And of course, I do tell those women who are listening to me Like I missed out a lot of family programs, lot of family events I missed on Saturdays, because for my work place, Saturdays are very important. So admissions happens only on Saturdays. Parents come to meet us only on Saturdays. And my husband used to send us pictures and say, see, we are on the metro, we are at the ice cream joint. And as I keep sending it, and I keep replying to back to it, but I could never join them certain things which they were enjoying every day. They'll say, we are at the park and we really miss you, mom. And I really feel sad at such time we're not able to be with the kids. But I really appreciate the kind of time which my husband spent, because my husband asked me a very good question one of the days. Do you know these clouds make different pictures in the sky? Do you have time to see the flowers on the road, which we have counted and seen the flowers? My children will come and express. We saw so many things with dad, and we did such a fun thing. You know, when the sun sets, the sun used to come and hit the clouds. Never had time to see all those things. Now I say I've slowed down my work a lot, and I keep remembering all that what my children told me when they were children. Like these are things which I think that today's generation, I tell them, spend more time with kids, go and see the nature, enjoy yourself, go and take a break with your family. That's important. Of course, I used to take a break with my family, which I used to do, that I kept it as a priority. But these small, tiny things, which I really used to miss Kaur.
Wow, I just feel like listening to what all you're saying. And before I
Yeah.
ask the next question, I must compliment you. Look at least 15 years younger to what you have already told that age. That's really, and kudos to all your accomplishments and achievements.
Thank you
So,
so much.
of course, we spoke about the challenges and also how difficult it is to be a single mom or manage the household and work for, ladies who are the single moms.
Very difficult. See, there are different kind of single moms. In my case, I lost my husband in 2016, and there are many people who have actually divorced, and they are single moms, and they are also, they opt for, rearing the children single-handedly. It's all single moms. So I feel like we are all soldiers at war. That's what we call them, because all the single moms, I salute them, because I didn't realize that there are so many challenges waiting for you when you're a single mom. I always used to think that, the contribution is there from my side only, even when my husband was there. But my husband's contribution was minuscule. I used to think like that. I realized that my husband did a lot of job, which I never realized it only when I became a single mom. And this actually was also told to me by a lieutenant colonel when I was actually addressing a kind of a audience, and he was a chief guest, and he said that Usha, actually, I really, because I was not supposed to be coming that day, because I lost my mom that particular day, and I was on the stage addressing people, and I said a warm welcome to annual sports day instead of say annual day. So that kind of a confusion, because evening was a funeral and the morning was, evening was the annual day, and afternoon I had just gone for the funeral of my mom and came back, because I want the show to go on. Similarly, I will tell all the people, the show must go on. When I lost my husband, I felt, what will I do? I'm so hopeless, like I'm so alone, and I can't do things, because I'll tell you honestly, I was never managing the finances. And many a time my husband used to tell me कि account देख तो लो, उसमें क्या है, just have a look at it, this is a password. I'll say, you are there, let me manage only this, because I'm good at academics and administration. I don't want to look into accounts. But today I'll tell all the women out there, you should know actually what is your assets, what the husband is investing, and you should also look into the accounts as well. And money handling should also be learned at a very young age, because you never know what is in store for you. For me, everything was new after my husband. I didn't know how to handle it online, honestly speaking. I look very smart in many ways, but today I'm managing about say 20 accounts online. That's a different story. I learned it hard way through. So I don't want people to learn hard way through. And I didn't even know, okay, so many passwords, I have to remember everything. My husband used to always say, there's office in your mobile, which you can create. So these things I used to recall when I was to sit. I said, oh, this is what he said. So I have to keep your passwords here. I have to lock it here. I have to do this. So a lot of stuff which you have never done that, that comes as a very handy thing, remembering. But I think you should get involved in it at a very young age. So this is what I'm saying as far as finances is concerned. But being a single mom, handling children, I was thinking it would be easy, because my children all were grown up, but it was not easy. children went into a huge trauma. My daughter was almost like I had to take her for counseling sessions because she was so attached to her dad. So I had to actually juggle with that as well for a couple of years till she was okay. And she was immensely fond of colors. So I had to bring her out of depression and I put him into colors. And today she's a fashion designer and she's an excellent designer. And I recognize that talent, but that was the biggest challenge for me to bring that child out of the trauma and streamline into that kind of a thing. Second thing is also the children. The boys don't talk about it. My other two children are boys, so they don't talk much. But he was also like gone into shell. My the twin brother of my daughter. So he never expressed that what actually went through, but he went through a lot. So probably we had to counsel, we had to talk to children, bonding with the kids, because I feel like I can give 90% credit for my husband to have bonded with the twins, because I hardly spend much time with them over the weekends and stuff like this. But that was a challenge when they'll say, Mama, Dad used to do this way, or, I wanted, I don't know whether, outside we are all heads, we'll say no mobile phones, no internet, and you should not use at this age. But when these kids used to ask, I used to always feel, oh my God, they are all like without a dad and I'm doing it alone. So I used to say okay for everything. But then I realized being very soft also doesn't work sometimes. You need to be stern, strict. But then I will always think, where will they turn to if I will be strict? So you are actually, it's like a trial and error method parenting, which I can say. Because sometimes we do not know whether you're doing the parenting the right way. And sometimes when the children take you for granted and, things are going haywire, then, you sit and wonder whether I'm doing the right thing with these teenagers. They were just teenagers that time, They've outgrown all that stuff. And my daughter really understands the pain which I've gone through. My children also really understand what I went through. But that phase, they were not understanding. That phase, they were thinking they want everything and I'm not giving it. And sometimes it's a little, the relationship was a little dicey out time, because we do not know whether we're giving them timeouts and saying, no, you cannot do this. Then say, no, you said sleepover is okay. And why you're saying sleepover is not okay now? So that kind of a thing, which is small things, which comes into picture, and which
Great.
I think that as a single mom, it was difficult for me. But now I've overcome. I see back and look back, and I feel like challenges could be met. It's all because of the solutions which you come through on your own. Yeah.
Absolutely great. It's so overwhelming to hear such beautiful, pearls of wisdom, Ms. Iyer, and we have almost come to the end of the show. Quickly, I want 2 tips for our viewers today, the youth,
Yes.
just the 2 tips.
See, if you want to be successful in your life for anything, there's no shortcut to success. Let me tell you. You need to really work hard, and you need to really plan in your life. And because uncertainties today, nobody knew Corona or COVID will come, but uncertainty just comes without even giving you an indication. So be a good organizer, plan your life very well. Yes, there will be uncertainties, but you should know how to do disaster management. That's very important. And prioritize your family, because family will always stay with you ever. So prioritize your family, take the challenges as the day comes, because fretting over it, stressing over certain things doesn't help. And health comes foremost. Health and nutrition is very important. Eat well, sleep well, and take care of your health. Exercise time, find time for exercising. So
Thank
this
you
is what
so
I do.
much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. These pearls of wisdom are definitely going to add to our viewer. So once again, I want to really be grateful that you spared that time. One thing I want to tell about Ms. Iyer is that we don't grow when things are easy. We grow when we face challenges, and you're a true example of that. Thank you once again for being a part of this interesting Women's Special series, Choose to Challenge. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much. And Shavinda, it was a pleasure talking to you. And thank you for having invited me. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So if you wish to share inspiring stories, please contact me at shavi@efaujitalks.com. I thank all the viewers. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And do not forget to put your comments in this episode today, hosted for a very special guest speaker, Ms. Usha Iyer. For more interesting stories, please stay tuned. Till then, stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
Efauji Talks is brought to you by IESECCI, Indian Ex-Defence Service Employees Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Thanks to its vast veteran network and global and pan-India associates, IESECCI can carry out various commerce facilitations and CSR projects across India and the world. Some of IESECCI's core capability areas are Skill India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Digital India, any ex-serviceman welfare or job program, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan related projects, telemedicine and healthcare training and job scheme, Save Water scheme, defence industry SME, MSME cluster and hub development, maritime training and inland water training with job facilitation, Canada study, job and permanent residency opportunity, e-commerce, Andaman and Nicobar commerce opportunities. IESECCI's global reach includes countries like Indonesia, Slovakia, Canada, Nepal, Singapore, Rwanda, USA, UK. Above all, it is IESECCI's effort to create a veterans brand made by the veterans, for the veterans and made up of the veterans. Every Indian's support is invaluable in this journey. IESECCI is a registered society for ex-servicemen's welfare and envisions that every veteran should be a part of India's economic growth story. It is the aim of IESECCI to create an enabling commerce platform that will empower and synergize the veterans' talent pool. This is possible only with the support of entrepreneurs, businesses and consultants from civil society. All proceeds, if any, are utilized for the welfare of ex-servicemen and for public charity.